Arjuna, a mighty warrior, found himself on the brink of a great war. He was not alone. His charioteer was Lord Krishna, an incarnation of the divine. Their bond was unique, a blend of friendship and devotion. Krishna was not just Arjuna's guide, but his friend, philosopher and teacher. Arjuna, despite his warrior skills, was torn. He saw his own kin on the battlefield, ready to fight against him. The thought of shedding family blood filled him with despair. His heart trembled, his mind clouded with doubt. Could he fight against his own blood? Was victory worth the cost of family? Arjuna, the brave warrior, felt lost in a storm of emotions. He turned to Krishna, seeking solace and wisdom. Arjuna, often called Gudakesa, meaning conqueror of sleep, was now battling a different kind of slumber. This was the sleep of ignorance, a darkness that clouded his judgment. He was blinded by attachment and grief, unable to see his true duty. Krishna, known as Gudakesa, Lord of the Senses, saw through Arjuna's turmoil. He understood the root cause of Arjuna's despair. He knew that beneath the warrior's grief lay a thirst for true knowledge. Krishna decided to awaken Arjuna from his spiritual slumber. He would guide him with his divine wisdom, illuminating the path to self-realization. Through their dialogue enshrined in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna would dispel Arjuna's ignorance. He would reveal the true meaning of Dharma, the path of righteousness, and guide Arjuna towards his destiny. This is the power of true devotion, the ability to surrender to a higher power and find solace in its wisdom. Imagine the scene, the battlefield of Kurukshetra, two armies facing each other, the tension palpable. But within the chariot a different battle raged. This was a battle within Arjuna's soul, a conflict between duty and despair. Arjuna, overwhelmed by grief, lowered his bow. He saw fathers, sons, teachers, and friends arrayed against him. How could he, a warrior sworn to uphold righteousness, engage in such a war? His heart ached with compassion, his mind paralyzed by doubt. He questioned the very meaning of duty and victory, wondering if peace could ever bloom from such bloodshed. Arjuna's dilemma is a reflection of our own internal struggles. We all face moments of doubt, times when we question our path and purpose. It is in these moments that we must seek guidance, just as Arjuna turned to Krishna. Section 4, Krishna's grace is the light in the darkness. Krishna, observing Arjuna's despair, responded with compassion and wisdom. He knew that mere words of consolation were not enough. Arjuna needed a deeper understanding, a shift in perspective. Krishna began to unveil the eternal truths of life and death, of action and consequence. He explained that the soul is immortal, transcending the physical limitations of birth and death. He emphasized the importance of performing one's duty without attachment to the results, surrendering the fruits of action to a higher purpose. Krishna's words were like a soothing balm to Arjuna's troubled heart. He started to see the situation with clarity. Recognizing his duty as a warrior and a prince, he understood that his fight was not driven by hatred or greed, but by a commitment to righteousness. Section 5. The Power of Devotion, a Timeless Lesson. Arjuna's transformation highlights the power of devotion. His complete surrender to Krishna allowed him to overcome his doubts and anxieties. Through his faith and trust in the divine Charioteer, he was able to see his true path. Arjuna's story is a timeless message for all of us. It reminds us that even in the face of adversity, we can find strength and clarity through devotion. When we surrender our ego and embrace a higher purpose, we tap into a wellspring of inner strength. Like Arjuna, we must strive to become conquerors of our own inner darkness. We must seek guidance from within, connecting with the divine spark that resides in each of us. This is the essence of true devotion, a journey of self-discovery and spiritual awakening.